unbeatable, I'm unbeatable.
I am unbeatable. 4 minutes on the score. Every time they wanna clash, the winners kicking through the door. I am unbeatable. Chances running out of stock, and we're running out the clock. I fail once, never stop. I am unbeatable. I am unbeatable. I am unbeatable, yeah. I am unbeatable. I am unbeatable, yeah. I am unbeatable. I am unbeatable, yeah. I am unbeatable. I am unbeatable, yeah.
It's Saturday night, which means it's time for Hoops here on the British Basketball League YouTube channel. Tonight we have an intriguing clash. It's the Northwest Derby as the Manchester Giants host the Cheshire Phoenix. When these two last met, the local bragging rights stayed in Manchester as William Lee went on a scoring spree. But will the Phoenix still be hungover from their trophy celebrations last week? Keeping a clear head are your commentary team of Tahir Hajat and Mike Tuck.
Welcome to the National Basketball Performance Centre. British Basketball League Championship action once again, game 2 of 2 this Saturday as the Manchester Giants take on the British Basketball League trophy champions, the Cheshire Phoenix. My name is Tahir Hajat, and joining me, my partner in crime today, the Sheffield Sharks legend, Mr. Mike Tuck. The trophy champions are in town in the Northwest Derby.
Yeah, man, exciting. And this is a game that's full of action. A lot of key players in this game. Obviously, Cheshire coming off that huge weekend in the trophy final. Exciting one. Bragging rights on the line.
Well, let's see how these teams will line up this evening, starting with the home team, the Manchester Giants. Of course, they're in their second game of the weekend. Nick Lewis, William Lee, Robertin, Stampley and Boursier will start a very short bench of Walsh, Harris and Goodwin. The starting five for their opponents, the trophy champions, the Cheshire Phoenix. This is how they line up: Skylar White, Maceo Jack, LaQuincy Rideau, EJ Stevens, Aaron Wright, and a healthy-looking bench to boot. Let's take a little closer look at some individual talent, then starting with William Lee, Mike Tuck.
Yeah, William Lee, stretch big with the inside-outside game, has a lot of league experience. He's coming off a 26-point, 17-rebound performance and played a full 40 minutes on Thursday. We'll see how much fight he and the team can put up tonight.
Alabama Jammer is ready. What about on the opposite end, Aaron Rye?
Shout out Aaron Rye, went to my high school, Markham District. He is a matchup nightmare, can out-muscle a smaller player, use his speed and long steps to get around a bigger defender. He's coming off back-to-back double-double performances in the trophy finals weekend.
Cheshire Phoenix versus Manchester Giants 2-1. Ben Thomas looking to make it 3-1 in the league this year. It's time for a quick break. We're ready with the action round the corner. Let's get down to business in Manchester. The Northwest Derby, our officials today, Kate Unsworth, Marianne Dodds-McCloskey and Nick Nassi. The Manchester Giants take on the British Basketball League Trophy champions, the Cheshire Phoenix, undefeated in the trophy, 6-0. Can they keep the win streak coming? For the Manchester Giants, they have 1 win in 10. They're desperate need of victory in the British Basketball League Championship. Welcome once again. My name is Tahir Hajar alongside Mike Tuck, calling the game for you as we look forward to see how these two teams fare, Mike.
Definitely, and I think great start there from Stampley, but you know, Cheshire Phoenix coming off a big win. We'll see how much celebrating they've been doing this week. There's always that little hangover effect, not just from all the excitement and everything, but back into league action here, and let's see if they can continue that run. Great shot there from E.J. Stevens.
That's right, E.J. Stevens starting as they mean to go on. The first three-point play in the game. Manchester putting their first 2 points on the board with Stampley just before that. Here is Boursier down low inside to Robertson, off the glass and in for 2.
And that's definitely one area the Manchester Giants can expose the lack of height that the Cheshire Phoenix have. They can really try and punish them on the inside.
As you can hear in the background, plenty of Cheshire Phoenix fans in the building. As always, they travel incredibly well as Stevens fires up another triple.
Wow, E.J. Stevens making his mark here early, back-to-back threes. You know, after he hits that first one, you can't give him that much space.
And a slight change in the starting lineup. I believe it's Cam Holden that started in place of Maceo Jack in this one. Here's Nick Lewis lining up, and a rebound for Skylar White, who, if you haven't noticed, has lost some of his hair. It might have been a wild night, that one.
Hey, new season, new me. You know what I mean? We're second half of the season here. I think he was letting it go for the trophy finals month. Now he's back looking fresh. Got a kind of Heisenberg look to him a little bit.
Inside, Nick Lewis, no good for him. Cheshire Phoenix looking to get out and running. Here's Holden. Finds Skylar White, catch and shoot. Rebound inside, 2 Cheshire Phoenix players going for it, back out. E.J. Stevens again, no good this time. Still with the Phoenix. Shot clock winding down, Holden to beat the buzzer. Oh my goodness, that's nice.
Wow, great shot from Holden there. I really love his energy. He's really stepped it up through the month of January, showing up some big performances for the Cheshire Phoenix in that trophy run.
Well, a great start here for the Cheshire Phoenix. 10-4, the scores on the doors. Just over 7 minutes remaining in this first quarter. Earlier on, we saw the Leicester Riders take victory on the road against the Surrey Scorchers. And that game started with a bang. And at this moment, this one looking a little one-sided. A foul has been called. That'll be called on the floor, and that'll be an out-of-bounds possession.
Yeah, and I like that little play there. Obviously, they're looking to get possessions in the hands of William Lee and Nick Lewis. William Lee coming off a curl screen there. Nick Lewis able to take the opportunity, drive to the middle, picks up a foul.
Here's Robertson. Lewis uses the re-screen. Nice deflection there. But into the hands of William Lee. Pulling up mid-range, and he hits it on the buzzer, William Lee.
And that's where William Lee is most dangerous. He's got a great pull-up game. That mid-range shot is money. Good first outing for him.
He will definitely be putting points on the board today. They'll be looking to him to stuff the stat sheet. There's Holden off the dribble, kicks it out. Stevens for his 3rd triple of the game. E.J. Stevens is on fire.
Unbelievable. 3 for 3 to start the game here in the first quarter. E.J. Stevens is becoming a problem.
He's now got 11 points personal. I'm going to correct you, Mike. 3 for 4. Sorry, my friend.
Apologies there, guys.
Rebounded by Skylar White. Aaron Rye back to Stevens off the base and just steps out. His back foot, it was on his way to double digits within 4 minutes of gameplay.
Well, I mean, you got to respect him now from the three-point line. They closed out really well. He took the drive, but tippy toe on the line. Little turnover back in Giants' hands.
11 points personal. No need to pass, no need to rebound so far for him in this game. Boursier. He drives baseline, kicks it out. Stampley, he's going to let it go. And Stampley on the money.
Great drive there from Boursier. Defense had to collapse in on him, and good kick out to Stampley.
Fight for the rebound here. Holden met with contact and it's lost by Lee. And a foul is called as Lee gets in the way. That will be his first personal foul, William Lee.
Yeah, tough mistake there from Lee. I think in this game, Manchester need as many possessions as they can get. Did a great job of getting the rebound, but then a quick turnover and a foul. Not what you need early doors.
Boursier heads to the bench, and substitution now as Evan Walsh will check into the game.
And Evan Walsh, what a season he's having. Making the trip over from the Leicester Riders and having a little breakout season here, becoming a much bigger role with this Manchester Giants team.
Rideau. He'll pull up for three, the MVP of the British Basketball League Trophy Final.
Showing why he was the MVP, manages the mismatch there. Great pull-up shot from him.
Robertson back to basket against White. Rebound for Rideau. He even pinned that to the glass a little.
Hey, he can get up. He can do it all. This guy's putting points on the board, assists, everything.
Skylar White. He's 0-2 from behind the arc, and a foul is called there.
Well, there's one thing about Skylar White. He will not shy away from shooting the three ball. Anytime he has an opportunity, that thing's going up.
Well, it's Cheshire Phoenix with the advantage, and we're due for a quick break. We'll be back very shortly. Odd numbers for Stevens. 11 points personal in this game. He's on the bench right now. 16-9 lead for the Cheshire Phoenix. You can't help but think this is a tall task for the Manchester Giants tonight. They lost against Plymouth, and with a very short roster, they try and take on the trophy champions here as Stampley knocks it down for two. The only one saving grace is that they've had a day of rest in between.
Yeah, they definitely have. It's always tough playing a back-to-back, but you get that one day of rest, and both home games, so able to, you know, sleep in their own beds and not far to travel. So hopefully that will help them in their mission today.
Cam Christen, he'll fire up another triple. Same old Cheshire Phoenix then, ain't nothing changed.
A run and gun, they can attack from all angles. 5 out, positionless basketball. Cam, big part of their success in the trophy. He led them in scoring with 17 points.
Oh, throwing it up there, Robertson hammering it down.
Robertson doing what he does best. Throw it up near the rim, and I'll go get it.
Rideau League leader in steals has his pocket picked.
Yeah, good hands there from Evan Walsh, sticking with the play. But here we say the big man down the middle, throw it up. Where he does most of his work, above the rim in the paint.
Evan Walsh, we know that that's his game. He's capable of running the floor, getting to the rack. He usually makes, but in this occasion, fouled on his own offensive rebound. He'll go to the line for two. He looked at his shoulder there, it's got some heavy strapping on it.
He definitely does. Looking like he's strapped up, a little bit beat up here, but great play again. Let's watch this one, above the rim. Legend Robertin. Big play, and I think that's an area where the Manchester Giants can definitely take advantage. Use some of their size in the paint to punish this Cheshire Phoenix team that is typically a team that plays more 5-out basketball.
Well, we welcome viewers from North America on Fubo, also viewers on British Basketball League YouTube channel, live on the TikTok and also on Twitch as well this evening.
We're just everywhere to hear.
Everywhere.
All over the place, brother.
That's what we like to see. That's what we like to hear. Coach Brian Simonian would like to see some more wins in his championship standings column.
Yeah, he definitely does. Manchester Giants struggling as of late. Short on the roster here tonight. But it's bragging rights, the Northwest Derby. They're going to have to fight Maceo Jack there. Well, great job sticking with it. The offensive rebound, put back. Maceo Jack, what a season he's been having.
Incredible season, incredible personality, and what a sharpshooter as well. Really getting it done as Nick Lewis fires that one up, rebounded by Christian. There's Jack on the left-hand side. Christian trying to get all his way to the bucket, and the one, please, referee.
And one from Cam Christian. He is a matchup nightmare. The big man has the ability to put the ball on the floor, aggressive to the rim with the soft touch. Cam Christian, and one.
He is one of the 6 players averaging double digits this season for the Cheshire Phoenix, 10.3 points per game. And you know what I've really enjoyed is some of the players that we've seen at the beginning of this season. They've improved under Coach Ben Thomas.
I definitely think so. I think Cam Christian is definitely one of them. You look in the last month in January, he averaged 17 during their trophy run. And this is a team where different guys can step up at different occasions, and they just look like they like playing with each other. They don't care who's scoring the ball. They share the ball. They've got 6 guys averaging double figures.
Robertin blocked away by Rideau this time on the defensive end, and the foul is called. Cheshire players looking at the officials, no particular appeal. But 2 shots to come now for the Manchester Giants. They head to the line in this one. It's a 10-point difference at this point, 2:39 on the clock. As we mentioned, a really short roster. Matthew Goodwin on the bench. I really want to see this young British guard get on the floor tonight. Do you think he's going to have a chance?
Oh, I think, you know, depending on foul trouble, that he will have an opportunity. I think Manchester Giants obviously down 10 right now, but they're doing a good job of sticking with it, you know, getting trips to the line, still able to find a way, and I think that's what it's going to take. You know, the more possessions and opportunities they give themselves, the better chance they're going to have.
Well, Stampley, he'll make his first free throw of the game. Nick Stampley averaging 7.4 points, 6.7 rebounds. Well, that's undersized 4-man, getting the job done. He's played in 23 of the Manchester Giants games this season. Only missed 1 so far. Of course, Giants are without Jamal Anderson as well today. Big miss in terms of talent. As Maceo Jack pulls up mid-range, and that's deflected, but I thought it came off Cam Holden there, but referee points in the other direction. Evan Walsh, head in his hands.
No comment from me.
Oh dear, you call it as you see it, Mike.
Hey, that's why you're here.
Well, I would call that may potentially gone the other way. Official had the best view. Here's Christian. Holden back to basket against Stampley. Great work there, David Ulf, and as the Cheshire fans would like to say, Ulf, Ulf, Ulf.
Ulf. Love the energy that Ulf brings to the game. hard worker, blue-collar hustle player. Oh, and another hard worker, blue-collar hustle player, Evan Walsh. Aggressive drive to the basket, what he's known for. Big finish for him there.
Here is David Ulf, moves the ball into the hands of Aaron Wright. Taking his first shot of the game, no good for him there.
And we just saw the bench contributions there. Cheshire Phoenix with 10 points off the bench already. They just love to share that ball.
3 ball, opposite side of the floor this time, rebounded by Ulf. Aaron Wright. I mean, the more we've got to learn about this Cheshire team, we realize how deep their roster is, how stacked they are overall. Wright kicks it out. Maceo Jack on the attack.
Unreal. They're just a team that just play together so well. I think they just all know each other's games really well. Cohesive unit. And like I said, they don't mind who's scoring the ball. They're happy to share it. And you can see that with the success that they had in the trophy run.
What you don't want to do is get into a shootout with the Cheshire Phoenix. They're 6 from 9 from deep at this moment in time. Great ball movement here, and Holden just a little out of bounds, stepping into the play. He just was unaware about his spacing in the game, and shaking his head. Let me just have that one. But it don't work like that.
One of those ones you'd want to get that back. A little frustrating here. He thought he had the split step already, but he's like, oh, come on, ref.
I mean, this ain't pickup. You know, you've got to play by the rules.
This is it.
Here's Boursier. Harris facing up against Kristen. High post feed to Walsh. Nick Lewis curls off the down screen and rebounded by Ulf. Got to take their chances, Manchester. Kristen. Jack tips that one out over the defenders, and they're going to look here now to set something up. Rye in the post, a great read from Nick Lewis, almost steals it. Clock winding down, Maceo Jack, quick release. David Ulf tips it into the hands of Rye, can't get it to go yet, another chance for him. And they beat the buzzer at the end of the first. The Cheshire Phoenix, 31-18 at the end of the first quarter. Come back for the second quarter, there's more scoring to be done. What do you do if you are Coach Brian Simonian right now?
Well, the first thing I'm doing is telling these guys to box out. I mean, look at the rebounds. 17 rebounds to Cheshire to 5 for Manchester. You got to limit those second chance opportunities. You got to get a body on a body and box out.
This is it. We were just talking in the break how well a job the Phoenix do in terms of rebounding as a team. Everybody is crashing the glass.
Yeah, I mean, if you take out that possession, the last possession of the first quarter there, we saw 4 bodies of the Giants to 5 of the Phoenix. The play's not even over. They're just aggressive. They're relentless on the boards. That's how they create so many shots for themselves.
Foul is called on the floor here. The dunk won't count.
Okay, Ulf getting up like that. I see you, boy.
I'm sure he would have loved for those 2 points to have counted. He's got plenty of time to show us a little more.
Does. Young British talent making his mark here, having a great season. First piece of silverware last week.
Oh, Rideau on the mark. You know what? He didn't start this season as a great three-point shooter, but he's infectious with his teammates around him, right?
He is a threat. He is a threat. I mean, what a final he had last week. A pleasure to watch him. And the famous comment, we ain't no underdogs, we the top dogs. So he's sending a message out to the league that the Cheshire Phoenix are that team.
Well, I just pulled it up. I mean, in the league, 27.3% from behind the arc. He's 2 for 2 in this game so far.
Yeah, not only does he get it done from behind the arc, he's averaging 3.1 steals per game, making a statement that he wants to be on that defensive team of the year when May comes.
Here he is again. The Quincy Rideau. Ooh, how did he get through that?
And we saw that a lot through the trophy. His aggressive style, getting to the basket. He is a nightmare for any guard matchup. Very strong and aggressive going towards the hole.
Oh, and it's a Cheshire Phoenix ball here.
And yeah, whatever could go wrong will go wrong for the Giants right now. They need to get some more opportunities and possession with the ball.
Oh, and there's a turnover now from the Phoenix. And there's the hands from Rideau. Borsic diving on it, straight under the kosh. And both players immediately have their hands on the ball. And the whistle will blow, held ball. And that confuses some people, that rule. They think that you have to hold on to the ball for a certain amount of time. But it's the exact moment that both players have both hands on the ball. That's the moment the referee blows the whistle for a held ball situation. I think Dan Rowledge was talking about it the other day. Would you like to see jump balls come back?
I definitely would. I think that would bring some excitement. We'd see some peculiar matchups with some guards versus some bigs. Something that we used to see in the league quite some time ago.
Wow, you must have played more years with jump ball than without.
I never played with jump ball.
Never?
Never played with jump ball.
Damn, Mike, I'm showing my naivety here.
Come on now. Not that old. I know I'm the silver fox, but went gray early, baby.
Kristen. Ulf trying to tip that one around. Stampley comes up with a defensive rebound here. Here's Nicholas Lewis. 7:45 on the clock in the second. Nick Lewis to the right hand, good to go for 2. Nice work there, snaking through the action.
An incredible play there from Nicholas Lewis.
Oh, and one opposite side of the floor. Cam Kristen.
And that's what you can't let happen. You know, you get a great basket that you fought for down one end, and then all of a sudden a full court pass for an easy shot down the other end. You know, you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot there. Here we see 3/4 court pass. Defense isn't back. That's an easy and one for Cam Kristen.
A little tough there, Borsier. He's had his hands right by his side, up there, and he felt a little hard done by him, that.
Yeah, I think I would have rather seen a hard foul, force him to the line to take 2. But that pass should be denied off the get-go. You got to stop the fast break.
And he makes the and one play there. The Cheshire Phoenix, 39 points on the board. Here's Borsier. Uh-oh, Walsh keeps it in, and now it's 4 versus 2. in transition. Oh my goodness. That would have been the play of the season if he'd made that. Excuse the yelp I made there. I hope you can understand my excitement. To the left hand, and it's on one again for Kristen. I wouldn't like the other one though, Mike.
Cam Kristen playing with the energy. Let's see this on the break. Rises up, not able to finish. I think Evan Walsh is probably pretty happy about that one. Didn't get the charge call, 2 feet in the paint, but big and one play. Back-to-back and one plays from Cam Kristen. Cam Kristen, a guy who only averages 10 points on the season, but through the month of January is averaging 17, and he's showing out tonight.
Nah, it's my question for you, Mike. Would you have liked the poster or the M1 play?
No, come on, baby. We're taking the poster all day. I mean, Cam, where are you at, man? We need you to finish that one.
Well, we had some great plays in the first game of the day between the Surrey Scorchers and the Leicester Riders. Listen, there's plenty of time left in this one, and the skill is available for both teams to provide us with more moments. So make sure you stick around as Cam Kristen knocks down the and one play here. Nicholas Lewis controlling the possession. Screen comes again from Robertin. Lewis to the right hand, gets the friendly bounce. The underestimated scoring ability of Nick Lewis as well, Mike.
It's incredible, and he's a former teammate of mine, played on the Sharks with me for 4 or 5 seasons, and he's a guy that has the ability to put this team on his back when they need him to. And we see it here. You know, he's got 2 great layups to get himself going here in this second quarter.
Lewis now into Robertin, goes away to set the screen for Lee, who rejects the screen, flashes to the paint. Borsier pops out, uses the screen from Robertin. Offensive foul call, and that will be a stuck-out leg there from Robertin, Mike.
Yeah, and that's an issue for Robertin. You know, foul trouble for him has always been an issue. So, you know, you need to see him in the game. He's obviously a driving force in them. They need to use him to punish people inside. Here we see the leg just sticking out a little bit. Call that could probably go either way, but for Legend, it's just set a clean screen and keep yourself out of foul trouble.
Well, that is his second personal foul, I believe. Beautiful one-handed push pass across the half. Skylar White to beat the buzzer. Almost gets it. William Lee with the rebound. A little bit sloppy now from the Cheshire Phoenix as Rideau does enough to deflect that off of Walsh.
Yeah, and I think that was a good defensive effort there from Borsier. I think Giants trying to make a bigger effort on this defensive end here. Game getting away from them a little bit here. They need to stop the bleeding heading into halftime.
Evan Walsh and Rideau talking it up right now.
A little trash talk out there.
Yeah, and I think the referee's just letting Ben Thomas know. Let's no more from both of these two. Please, let's just keep it nice and calm. Ben Thomas, yeah, I agree, no problem. We do our talking from behind the three-point line.
Let your game do the talking out there.
And here is Rideau, ready to inbound the ball. Quick inbound for him. Skip across. E.J. Stevens, don't jump. Can he make that? No, he can't. Fight for the offensive rebound there, and the foul has been called. Kristen rising high.
How about Kristen tonight? Already on 12 points personal, another offensive rebound right there. He is playing on another level, such high energy. He's giving these guys a headache out there, crashing every time.
Yeah, from Allen, Texas. He attended Boise State University in NCAA action before heading over to Grambling State University. Not well-known program, Grambling State, but he averaged double digits in his final 3 seasons there at 13 points per game. And then he makes his professional debut in his career at the Cheshire Phoenix. He was the player of the year in his final year of college, all first team as well. He won the regular season championship and got to the tournament final. He's of good caliber, Mike.
He definitely is. And, you know, had a great January. Really was a significant player, contributor for them in the group stage of the trophy. and following suit here, you know, heading into league play now. Average 17 during the month of January, up from 10 points personal in the first half of the regular season.
We'll see a catch and shoot. Stevens tries to hold on to that. Lewis, pull up three. That's a little short as well. Aaron Wright fighting through. 1v2. Come on, EJ Stevens. Have you got it in your locker? No, you don't. Rebound for Rideau. Hands it off. Kristen, here you go. Have a couple more points, Cam.
Unreal. The offensive rebound of Cheshire is absolutely incredible.
Well, 5:11 on the clock, not quite a media break timeout, but a timeout is called by the Manchester Giants, 24-46. I'm a little worried about how many points Cheshire are going to put on the board by half-time. 16 points already for Cam Kristen, 11 points for Stevens, 8 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists for LaQuincy Rideau as well. Maceo Jack has 5.
Yeah, and if you look at the offensive rebounds from Cheshire, they have 11 offensive rebounds right now, 10 points off second chance points. And I think we talked about it before the game. This is a game of opportunities and possessions, and I think Manchester need every possession they can get. They've got to tighten up the screws.
Well, there's lots of action still to come this weekend. 3 games tomorrow. Caledonia Gladiators back to the championship cauldron as they take on the Bristol Flyers. Both of those teams fighting towards the top of the league. The London Lions will look to maintain their dominance at Afro Beach Day against the Plymouth City Patriots, and the Cheshire Phoenix are in action again tomorrow against the Newcastle Eagles at 6 o'clock. Then next week, Sky game action, the bright lights live on TV. The Newcastle Eagles will take on the Caledonia Gladiators at home at the Virtu Motors Arena. Lots of action here in the British Basketball League Championship. Do not miss a beat here on the British Basketball League YouTube channel. Like and subscribe. No excuse. Every game live. Here is Lewis. Nice hands from Stevens. Lewis trying to find the next pass, finds William Lee. Fadeaway jumper for Lee, and that's good to go for 2. They've done a relatively good job of keeping him quiet so far in this game.
They definitely have, but that's a great bucket for him, especially coming out of a timeout. Well-needed bucket for Manchester. They need to get some offensive flow and rhythm going here. And William Lee's a guy who can lead the charge on that, and 26 points from him on Thursday night.
Stampley inside, 2 feet. Jump finish for 2. He's got 11 points personal. Holden threatening to shoot the 3, and the defender didn't bite, and he should have bit because Holden says, hold that.
Hold that. He got baited into taking the shot, but he gladly took it. Big shot, too much space.
Hand down, man down. That's exactly that. Harris. And that's turned over by the Giants' end line possession. And we're going to have a quick break right now. 3:59 on the clock, 28-51 the score. We'll be back with you very shortly. ready to get the action back underway. 51-28 the score with just under 4 minutes remaining. And the National Basketball Performance Centre, the Cheshire Phoenix. Ben Thomas, yeah, having a little
bit fired up, not too happy about that one.
The thing is like, yes, the scoreline is the scoreline, what it is for whatever reason. Quality control as a head coach, you know, like, yeah, great, we won a trophy, but that's not it. If you are going to be top dogs and you want to be top dogs, you've got to stay consistent. And they got another game tomorrow, so they can't take their foot off the brake.
Yeah, and I think for coaches, you expect perfection, right? You want that, especially coming out of a timeout. You know, you've taken the time, you've drawn up a play, you want to get something executed, and a careless kind of turnover step on the line like that isn't what you want to see. So they, you know, they're trying to be the top dogs. They ain't no underdogs, they top dogs.
Stampley. That's going to go down as one of the best quotes in British Basketball League history, without a doubt. As Skylar White pulls up for three, and that's money. You know he's going to make it.
Yeah, Cheshire Phoenix doing a great job from beyond the arc. I think Manchester Giants need to get some defense out around the perimeter, limit those three-point shots, and keep the ball going their way. Here we go. Great offensive possession there. Good ball movement.
Stanley
able to find one, get one to drop there. Much needed. Giants possession.
Rye trying to find the next pass. Rideau with the reverse under the bucket. 12 points personal for Rideau.
And Rye, you know, a guy we talked about before the game, a player to watch, you know, able to draw so much attention on defense. And has the presence of mind, you know, doesn't force a bad shot. Ooh, okay, Harris.
Jalen Harris knocking down a triple for the Manchester Giants fans to get excited about. Good crowd there today at the National Basketball Performance Centre. Rye. Backing down Harris. Getting to the rim, and the basket will count. Goaltending violation was called there. There was the zone defense there for the Manchester Giants, and he was backing down Harris here, but Robertin, look, he's trying to see ball and man here. Maybe comes into that moment a little too late, just slaps the backboard.
Yeah, tough one there for Robertin. He's going for the ball, but managed to slap the backboard, but them's the breaks. FIBA rules, cannot slap the backboard, count the basket.
Here is Wright, looking now to find Holden once again. That size mismatch, and another foul is called this time, and it will be called on Jalen Harris, who's saying that Holden used his elbow for leverage there.
He definitely did. This multifaceted Cheshire Phoenix team here. Gooden doesn't, more of a guard, not really a post player, but says, I'll put my back to the basket, I'll size you up, backing him down here. I think the issue there with Harris was that he put two hands on him. You can keep one forearm out, but once you put two hands on him, it's a foul in FIBA rules.
Inside knowledge from years spent inside the paint. Mike Tuck. You know, the do's and don'ts when playing post defense. Don't forget, you can watch Inside the Paint live on the British Basketball League YouTube channel. Shameless plug. Here's Lewis on the right-hand side. Just to remind viewers, actually, that's a pre-recorded piece before we get told off by Ofcom. Here's Stampley. Step away, three, rebounded by Kristen. Here comes Rideau now, pushing the pace. And now Holden across, Wright, corner shot. He's not having much luck scoring today, Aaron Wright.
No, a little bit more of a quiet night for him, but I think, like we said, the Cheshire Phoenix are a team where anybody can really step up on it any given night. So I think he's happy to distribute and move the ball.
Rebound for Rideau, under a minute left to play. Oh, and the spin away. And the referee just pointed in the direction of the Cheshire Phoenix. So floor wipers summer to the floor.
Gotta be ready if you're sitting courtside in Manchester. That ball came flying.
Perspiration technician, as I've heard it been called.
Cam, a little bit frustrated there. Thought he was fouled.
It's the timeout called now for Ben Thompson to draw something up, but don't forget, lots of action. The All-Star game is coming. I hope you placed your votes. Take a look at this.
The game of basketball requires a high level of concentration, advanced physical skills, and a deep knowledge of strategy.
It's also an unbeatable fun.
That's what I'm talking about.
Nothing beats unbeatable basketball.
Get it, boys.
Nothing beats high-flying dunks. Nothing beats three-pointer from deep. Wow! Woo. Nice. Nothing beats selecting your favourite players from the north and south. Nothing beats the best basketball entertainment. Watching the UK's best ballers. The sickest skills in the UK. It's the All-Star Game, baby. Unbeatable All-Stars. March 17th, London Copper Box. Woo!
The All-Star game, March 17th. I'll be there, and I'm sure you'll join me for all the fun. As we see some of the league's top-tier talent go head-to-head. Skylar White, step to the side, let it fly. Friendly bounce, no. And a push in the back foul. And it's a Manchester Giants ball as Holden's called for that foul. Manchester Riders scored 62 points in the first game of the day in the first half. Very similar score line. Just over 30 seconds here. 22-point lead for Cheshire. Nicholas Lewis setting up the offense. Lee comes high. Little tap on the side of Holden just to try and make him think the screen's coming. Harris throws it off. He throws it off the foot of the defender, but a foot violation will be called. Fresh 14, 15.2 on the game clock.
That's exactly what you want if you're the Manchester Giants. A fresh clock there brings it just under the game clock, giving you a fresh 14 here to get something going. I think a big bucket for them before the half finishes will give them a little bit of momentum.
Lewis. Reset the offense once again. Robertson sets the screen on the right-hand side of Holden. Hesitation for Lewis, and that is the end of the half. 36-58. The Cheshire Phoenix well and truly in control of this game. The second half will be fun to watch too, so make sure you don't miss it. Join us back right after the break. Welcome back. It's half-time here in the matchup between the Manchester Giants and the Cheshire Phoenix. My name's Ty Hadja alongside Mike Tuck. And Mike, it's been Cheshire Phoenix from the off, really, hasn't it?
Yeah, it definitely has. You know, they're picking up where they left off after that trophy final, really coming in here. And, you know, this is the Northwest Derby. This is a bragging right game. And Cheshire Phoenix playing well on the road this season. 7 games, 3 losses, 7 wins, 3 losses on the road. So they came in with some firepower tonight and managed to find some rhythm pretty early.
Well, Manchester Giants are battling away. Let's take a look at the half-time stats for you. What's jumping out for you, Mike Tuck?
Well, the first thing, obviously, the total rebounds. I think 26 rebounds for the Cheshire Phoenix. A lot of those converting down the other end or on second chance opportunities. And I think the three-pointers as well, shooting 45% from 3, already hitting 10 three-pointers. And I think if you're the Manchester Giants, a couple possessions where they were just trying to bait them into shots, you got to get a hand up, force them off that line. And then if you're Manchester Giants as well, you know, only shooting 3 for 11 from 3. So trying to run some plays, find some rhythm, get your guys going.
Well, let's take a look at the story of the half, because there could have been a lot more points on the board for the Cheshire Phoenix. Manchester Giants, though, early doors, they were trying to trade buckets with them. E.J. Stevens got off to a flyer at the beginning of the game, 11 points personal. Robertin's been battling underneath the rims. He's been trying to do a lot of hard work. But, Mike, if he gets into foul trouble today, it's going to be a problem.
Yeah, and I think that's been a theme throughout the season for him. I think they want a rim protector in there. If they want a big body in the paint, they need him to stay out of foul trouble down the middle. He caught a nice big lob. Stampley here with another 3. He's had a great little half with 14 points personal. And then Maceo Jack doing the work, doing what Maceo Jack does. Rideau from the top here. Staple shot for him. And Rideau, you know, just coming off, feeding off that performance he had. Full court pass right here. Can't forget Cam Kristen. What an incredible performance he had. 16 points off the bench tonight. And that could have been deadly and dangerous here, but such a dangerous player, able to attack, got handles, can shoot, a little bit of everything. And again, offensive rebounds, easy putbacks, second chance points. Man, the Cheshire Phoenix are relentless.
William Lee's been kept quiet in this game. He's got 4 points, 5 rebounds after exploding on Thursday night against the Plymouth City Patriots. Skylar White, of course he knocks down the 3. You can't stop them from behind the arc. The Cheshire Phoenix, they're doing it all in this game. Well, we're looking forward to a great second half, but there's been some great action over the weekend. Look, Manchester versus Plymouth is your first lot of highlights coming up. But after that, you can join in the action that we saw earlier on today from the Surrey Scorchers and the Leicester Riders.
Hot left wide open, uncontested, drills the three-pointer. Now Lewis going for Hail Mary again. Did he call bank? I don't think it matters, Lloyd. Walsh attacks, goes in like ever. Nobly Walsh. Well, Faulkner left wide open, tries another one. It's nothing but net from downtown Plymouth. Well, Evan Nobly going to work at the moment. Twisting and spinning. There's a kick out. Dusha left wide open. 3 is up, and it's good. LVC has left the building. Well, William Lee now going above double digits for his scoring tonight, cutting it down to a 4-point ball game. Well, for the second time tonight, Mason Boursier tying the game up with a 3-pointer. Boursier fakes a screen, penetrates. Finds William Lee. He's made a couple tonight. Makes another one. Finds Copley. Can he get it going? The three is up, and again, finally getting one to go. Legacy going in, unable to connect with this one, but that would have been one way to start the second half, excuse me, Lloyd. You're still looking for that first field goal, but again, Dusha with the rejection. Finds Legend, Robertson, and the big man. It's Wally from 15, this one's up, unable to get it. Levi going in for the follow-up. Again, he's doing anything he can to help his team. But again, Lloyd, the transition defense by the Patriots. I mean, how easy is it for the Giants to get the ball up the floor?
And Evans going to get ejected here, second technical. That is an absolute backbreaker for Manchester.
Well, Lewis kicking out. William Lee wide open. He fires the three, and again, a good response. Giants with a chance to cut this down to 10, maybe single digits. But it goes up again. Big time play. 2 minutes away, 15-point ball game. The Plymouth fans will definitely like this. And there's a follow-up and a beautiful play again. He's gonna dribble this one out. Well, Plymouth fans, time to party, celebrate tonight. Big victory for the Patriots. They're gonna win this one 93-79 against Manchester Giants.
Well, that's one way to start it. Justin Robinson from downtown. Justin Robinson, second attempt at a triple, and it's good to go. McKenzie looking for a reply, gets it to go.
And McKenzie's, hey, I can do that too.
Oh my goodness, this is exactly what I want to see in the British Basketball League. Uses the screen from Jamison on the roll, all alone, two-hand, throwing it down.
And that's what Jamison does best.
Oh my goodness, Padilla went the 360 reverse layup. How'd he do that, Mike? How'd he do that?
Oh my Lord.
Allen. Going all the way. Oh my goodness, Padilla wax white. Not today, fella.
Not in my kitchen. Patty Wang says no thank you.
And there's a rejection on the other side of the floor. Idowu.
Anything you can do, I can do better.
Oh, and there's another one, Elliot Bailey this time.
Welcome to the block party. What is going on?
Come up with it. McKenzie, Holmes, right-handed. Wang was trying to track back. Inside again, Okasieme with another alley-oop. Nice hands there from Mo Walker, reaching down low to stop the bounce pass. Quick Cooper though, for three, can't give him that. Padilla Wang. Oh, nice work from Wang, throwing it up, rocking it to the left, finishing sweet. Teddy Allen from the corner. Lal. Step back triple for him is good to go. Riders are continuing to make triple after triple. TJ Lal to the right hand for two.
Beautiful play from TJ Law there. Quinn Cooper with another big three there. We know he's dangerous.
Well, this one will be dribbled out. Lloyd Gardner making his way over to Rob Paternostro. Leicester Riders, too much for the Surrey Scorchers. Today, 104-84 the final score. Little laugh and a joke between those two coaches. help if we turned our microphones on. Welcome back. This is British Basketball League Championship action. The Cheshire Phoenix currently in the lead, 58-36 against the Manchester Giants in the Northwest Derby. Myself, Tahir Hajat, alongside Mike Tuck. Mike, this has been a scoring frenzy for the Cheshire Phoenix. They probably could have had more points on the board. But this is not going to be an easy half of basketball to see for the Manchester Giants.
Yeah, a tough one. I mean, Cheshire Phoenix coming into this looking like a well-oiled machine, you know, attacking from all angles, knocking down three-pointers, doing the work on the inside, creating second-chance opportunities, and you know, multiple guys stepping up tonight. Rideau, Rye, Stevens, and one big one, Cam Kristen right here, 16 points off the bench. And what a great half of basketball he's had. Here we go, big three from him, doing it from behind the arc. Second chance opportunity right here for him, and he's just kind of been in the right place, right time. That was almost the play of the century right there. And great job taking the ball off the floor off a bigger defender and getting an and-one opportunity there. He has drawn the most fouls out of any player on the floor tonight, 4, a couple of those being and-ones.
Well, listen, we can't rule out Manchester completely. They've got the talent and the ability to get back into this game. 20 minutes of action for them to do that. Cheshire Phoenix will start possession in the third quarter. And here comes LaQuincy Rideau, the British Basketball League Trophy MVP, into the hands of Skylar White. Off the glass, tries to go inside. Aaron Rye, rebound, fouled straight away.
A rare mid-range shot there from Skylar White, but the garbage man, Aaron Rye, staying aggressive on the boards. And if you're the Manchester Giants, you've got to locate those bodies. You got to box out, put a body on a body, and go get that ball.
Well, Leisure Robertin, that's his third personal foul. We spoke about his foul trouble at half-time. And the size then could potentially be an issue for the Manchester Giants. However, I think it's manageable because they play so much on the perimeter. Manchester Giants should be able to do a good enough job with the bodies that they have to guard it.
Yeah, I think, you know, because Cheshire is more of a 5-out team, Manchester will be able to match up with them with a smaller lineup. Obviously, Legend, I think he gets a bad rap sometimes. You know, when you're out there and you're that tall and that big, every time you touch somebody, it's going to look pretty like a big foul there. So he's got to manage that and take care of the basketball.
Unlike Rideau did on that play there, we're mentioning towards the end of that half, it was getting a little bit sloppy out there for Cheshire Phoenix. It's almost a little hard to kind of play your game when the defense isn't too tight on you as Lewis fires up the three there.
Yeah, well, we were saying that, you know, there's been situations where they've been almost too open, and it's kind of like you don't really practice against that too much. You practice against defense closing out at you, and when you're too open, sometimes it just makes you feel a little bit off rhythm.
Oh no, foot on the line there for the inbound play, which means Cheshire Phoenix will get it back. Coach Simonian just trying to motivate his teammates, or should I say his team, and Stevens knocks down another triple. That's his 4th of the game. 4 for 7 from downtown for him, 14 points personal.
Big contributions from Stevens there, and not doing anything crazy. Has his feet set on the arc, catch and shoot, let it fly.
Lee moves it across the Boursier, down low to Robertin, one-on-one with White. Back to basket, to the left hand, and almost slips away from him. Robertin says, look, I'm going to put this in. Just give me the opportunity.
That's why you want him in the game. The size advantage he can give you on the interior.
And Nicholas Lewis there looking at the referees, asking for a little flop warning, because he did make the most of that play, Cam Holden. And here's that Robertin dunk again.
He's got to be up there for most dunks on the season. I think a lot of his finishes on the inside are dunks.
I mean, when you're 7 foot. Out of bounds called Stevens.
There's been a couple of those for the Cheshire Phoenix this game, and one of them in particular, Coach Ben Thomas, not happy with, but he's a coach now who expects perfection from his team. He doesn't want this team just to be good. He wants them to be great.
Lewis all the way, right hand unguarded. Ben Thomas hands out, lets them fall to his sides.
Nicholas Lewis being a great shining light for this Manchester Giants team this season. Filling up the stat sheet, being a leader out there.
Rideau. White with plenty of room. Just a little bit too far out for him. In that moment, falls a little short. Hits the iron. Up now, up top to Robertin, but a bit too much pace on that ball for Boursier. Rideau, kick to the corner. And we talked about being too open. That's all right for Holden. Point to the bench, let him know.
Well, Cam Holden, he's hit a couple of those tonight. You've got to respect his shot. He's a guard who can kind of do it all. And another guy who was a big contributor during the month of January, helping them get to that trophy final.
There's a foul here on Rideau. Swiping at Lee. It's 2 for 2 from downtown for Holden.
Yeah, and obviously Lee coming off a huge 26-point performance on Thursday night, but they've kept him relatively quiet tonight. And here we see Cam Holden wide open. The rotation's got to be there. You can't leave a man like that open with that much space.
William Lee heads to the line. E.J. Stevens to the bench. Maceo Jack to the floor. Maceo Jack's only played 6.5 minutes so far in this game. We spoke earlier on in the first half about Cheshire rotating to ensure that they got enough energy to take on the Newcastle Eagles tomorrow. Live here in the British Basketball League YouTube channel. You don't want to miss that one. That will always be a close contest between those two teams. Newcastle Eagles were involved in the Sky Sports action this week. They fell at home to the London Lions. As Holden finds Maceo Jack. Driving to the rack.
Hey, Maceo Jack, great little drive there from him. He's averaging 18 points on the season. 20 points a game against the Manchester Giants on the season.
William Lee goes for a long two, and that's out of bounds as Cheshire Phoenix will claim possession.
Yeah, tough miss there from William Lee. Not able to get it to drop. He was such a big focal point of this Manchester Giants team. Inside out player, got the length, and he's got the experience to match.
Rye spins, kicks to Jack. Ball rotation, Skylar White, catch and shoot. It looks good, but falls short again. Rideau, pass fake to Rye, eventually does give it to him. Clock winding down, 5 seconds on the shot clock. Aaron Rye with the handle now. To the spin, oh, he breaks the defender's ankles. And a foul is called, 2 shots to come for him.
Legend, looking like he picked up a tech there, but Aaron Rye putting him in the spin cycle there and gets called for the foul. Ben Thomas not too happy with the late call there, but Aaron Rye picks up the foul, and I think Legend has picked up a technical on that play as well. You see Rye here shooting the tee, and Legend's gonna have to go take a seat.
No, I think that's his 5th and final foul. Original foul was called on the on Aaron Rye's drive to the basket. Then he got a technical afterwards. That's 5 fouls now. Manchester have only got 7 players to call upon in this game.
Yeah, and that's tough, but I think it's still manageable for the Manchester Giants. Like we said, you can match up with this team with a smaller lineup. Legend gave you that option inside. He is not happy about that call right there.
I think he's asking if he can go, and I think he is actually gonna go and leave the gym. I mean, this is not what you want to see from your teammate. You've not been ejected from the game. Look at the reaction there. It was the technical foul for the reaction that was given. Not a good look.
Yeah, keep your head in that situation. You know, realize what the foul count is. You know, got your 4th foul there and picking up a tech, something that is avoidable.
Maceo Jack almost wide open for 3, and then goes for a fancy bounce pass to Rye, but those defenders around him. Rideau now, he fires up the 3, and Stampley comes up to grab the boards.
Good rebound there from Stampley. He's going to have to step it up on the rebounding end if they want to have a chance of getting back in this one.
Lewis turns the corner. Inside hand finish for 2. Nick Lewis.
Nick Lewis just making it look effortless there with the little right hand scoop shot. Beautiful take from him.
He's got 10 points personal now in this game. Lewis comes up with a steal, and in fact it's a turnover for the Cheshire Phoenix.
And that's what you want to see out of the Giants, you know, effort on the defensive end. I think all the little things are going to count. You've got to, you know, get deflections. You've got to deny all those little things, boxing out. Those are the things that are going to kind of chip away and get you back into this one.
Harris comes off the horns action straight downhill to the bucket. Will Lee doesn't connect with anything on that shot. Rideau pushing forward and the turnover again. But the Cheshire Phoenix is very sloppy this. Evan Walsh for 2. And a timeout will be called there by Ben Thomas, and he will be furious. We're going to talk about this on our way back into the game, but for now, it's time for a quick break. Vince McCauley in the building, a legend of British basketball, coach at the Milton Keynes Lions, London Lions, and also, of course, the Manchester Giants as well in the house, showing his support. Also notable, E.J. Robertson made the right decision, made his way back to the bench to come and support his team.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. You know, you foul out in that third quarter. I think he had to take 5 seconds there to go and regroup it. Good to see him back on the bench. You got to be there to support your squad.
And a foul is called here. A reaction from the Cheshire Phoenix team. Not happy about that.
Yeah, I know even though the score doesn't display it, but there's been a bit of a momentum shift here. You know, the Giants able to get a couple stops. Great drive to the basket before the timeout from Evan Walsh, and then here he's able to draw a foul again. So a little bit of a momentum swing. Basketball is a game of runs. Manchester Giants on a little run right now.
Well, interestingly enough, the foul was called on E.J. Stevens. It wasn't actually called on Aaron Rye there. Here is Lewis. Now 3 ball for Walsh. Rebound for Holden. Down low into Rye, one-on-one with Lewis here. The double team does eventually come. E.J. Stevens for 3. Maceo Jack for 2.
And once again, Cheshire Phoenix getting a hand on that offensive rebound, able to tip it out, and a second chance opportunity.
Lewis driving inside, rejected by Jack.
Great defense there from Maceo Jack, able to stay with Lewis and get his hand on the ball.
And Maceo jogs, Jack knocks down the triple. That's the pace that the Phoenix can play at. Anything slower, it really frustrates them.
Yeah, and that's just an example of good defense creating good offense. You know, you get a big stop down one end, let's drive it down the other end and find the open shot.
Lee chopping it up, trying to find a way, and does eventually do that.
Oh, there. And that's another example of what William Lee can do. He is extremely dangerous in that mid-range.
Rye. Looking inside to Ulf. Does find him. Ulf unable to finish. And Cheshire Phoenix will lose possession. Giants ball on that one. It was a great pass from Rye, and there is Robertin.
Yeah, great roll there from Ulf, and great way to thread the needle. Legend Robertin sitting on the bench there, fouled out of the game. He is going to be frustrated with that result. A couple tough calls going his way. Just things not dropping for the Manchester Giants, but things are dropping for the Cheshire Phoenix there. Big efforts from both sides here. William Lee trying to get himself going here in this third quarter.
Timeout called by the Manchester Giants. They want to talk it over at this moment in time.
Yeah, and if I'm the Giants right here on the bench, you got to talk about the defensive effort. I think getting a hand up on shooters, all those little things that you can do, denying, deflecting, boxing out. You got to give yourself. You got to stop the bleeding, and then on the offensive end, you got to create some rhythm here. Coach Ben Thomas not looking like he's up, 20, 30 points right now. He's looking pretty frustrated, but this is a coach that's just won a trophy final, and he's demanding excellence from these guys, and he's got a group of guys now that are on a run, and it'll be very interesting to see where they take this in this second half of the season. Performance is key.
As a coach, you're always looking at how your team performs. Score really doesn't matter.
Exactly, and I think it's who's in front of you as well. Are you gonna play to the level of your opponent, or are you gonna make them play to your level? So I think that's something that will be in the mind of Coach Ben Thomas, but also in the mentality of his players. See E.J. Stevens there, great night from him, 14 points, knocking down 4 threes on the night.
Here is Walsh. Lee turning the corner there, and a pushing foul is called.
William Lee is a dangerous player. We saw what he did on Thursday night, 26 points, 17 rebound performance. They've got to go to him. They've got to get him going. See him in the post up there. He's an inside-outside player. Has the ability to take a smaller player under the basket, but can also shoot the three. But his mid-range game is next level and unblockable. He's at that height and at the level that he gets up, it's hard to get a hand up to block that shot.
We also spoke about his time at the Riders, how he fulfilled a role, and we saw a lot of high-flying antics from him, grabbing some boards, etc. But here, the Giants, we're seeing a much more of a rounded player.
Yeah, I think that comes with age and maturity and experience, but also I feel like he's been let off the leash a little bit. He has a lot more freedom here to do what he does and play his game.
Skip across to Maceo Jack for three. Of course, he's going to knock that down. Maceo Jack, good to go.
Maceo
3 for 4 from downtown.
That corner three is money every time. Maceo Jack having a standout performance this season in his second season with the Phoenix.
Well, he's got 15 points personal in just around 12 minutes and one.
Another guy having a standout performance this season, Evan Walsh. Great play there from the young British talent, and he's a guy who's not afraid of anybody. He's not afraid of going at guys, and really good job of getting downhill and finishing in traffic here. Here we see going to his left hand, the and one play off the glass, count it. Evan Walsh trip to the line.
Almost completes the three-point play. A rebound there for David.
Might have jinxed them there.
Yes, you did. Commentator's curse. I blame you. Yeah, here's right. A step back. Ulf sets the screen. Stevens swinging through. Going up strong, and he's fouled. He'll go to the line for 2. Hesitated there really to just go straight directly to the rim and couldn't find the next pass, so had to alterate. What's the word I'm looking for here? Alter his movement to try and get a shot off, and unfortunately he got bailed out there. He'll go to the line. Jack Hudson checking into the game.
Yeah, big night from EJ here. 14 points personal. 5 of 9 from the field. He's got 4 threes. And that's the type of team this is. It doesn't matter who steps up on the night. Different guys can contribute. We've got 4 guys on the Cheshire Phoenix in double figures.
And that's 16 points now for Stevens total. 81-52 the score. 29-point differential. Inside Harris, blocked away by all of the Cheshire Phoenix fans. They will like that. They've travelled in their numbers.
Wow, well, that was a beautiful play set up there from Manchester Giants. They had a stagger screen set that Harris curled behind the defense, but even better defense from all. Huge shot there from Nicholas Lewis. That's the kind of thing he can do. Great shooter from behind the arc, and he can get hot in a hurry.
Hudson out to Kristen. Alpha's sneaking back door there, but nice deflection. Walsh almost got the fancy finish. Fight for the rebound. Stampley really battled for that and deserves the M1 play there. Great work ethic there from Stampley.
Yeah, and you hear the roar of the crowd. Crowd getting behind their Manchester Giants there. Good play from Stampley there. Good hustle. Sticking with it. Physical play. Stampley having himself a night as well. 16 points personal, 5 rebounds, and he's really stepping up. He's going to have to play that kind of that 4-man, that 4 slot with Legend out now, so they'll be looking to him on the interior.
Well, a much closer third quarter, this one, between these two teams. The quarter saw at 23-21. Matthew Goodwin checking into the game. I mean, I want to see more junior talent have opportunities. Obviously they got to deserve to be there, but one young man that does deserve to be there, Matthew Goodwin, he's got some real talent here as Nicholas Lewis bursting away with speed. Inside, William Lee, and Stevens gets his hands in there to do enough to stop the score, but commits the foul.
Oh, incredible court vision there from Nicholas Lewis, able to find William Lee driving down the paint. I think Cheshire Phoenix failing to locate a few of those guys in transition.
Well, timeout called here. Cheshire Phoenix. I'm going to talk it over really quickly. We've got some head-to-head graphic action for you. Let's take a look at this. Stampley versus Kristen. 17 points for Stampley. The field goal percentage in favor of Kristen. But look at the minutes difference there. The efficiency, Mike.
Unbelievable from Kristen. He's really stepped up tonight. Oh, 16 points in 14 minutes. He's extremely efficient tonight. But you can't overlook Stampley. You know, he's done a great job tonight, really stepping up in his role. Lefty, can play a little bit outside. Has that 3-point shot going down as well. So playing big minutes, but a lot of these Manchester Giants are, you know, short-handed right now. So they're going to need guys like Stampley to step up.
Players making their way back onto the floor. There was Kristen.
Cam Kristen, I mean, he's really come alive in the last month here. Big performances in the trophy group stages. And he's carried that on now into the regular season as we head into February.
William Lee on the free throw line. He has got 10 points personal, 6 rebounds. Make that 11 points. He is now 5 for 5 from the free throw line in this game.
And he was a guy who was pretty quiet in that first half. They held him to 4 points in the first half after, you know, a huge 26-point performance on Thursday night. So getting a little ahead of steam from now in the end of the third, but they've got a long way to go if they want to try and level this thing.
What I will say is that, you know, if you think about the Manchester Giants journey this season, he was one player that they were missing early doors, and that was real frustrating. And now that he's back, there are other players that they're now missing. It's unlikely that we see a fully healthy Manchester Giants team on display most weeks.
Yeah, that's exactly it. And as a coaching staff and as a player on that team, that's got to be extremely frustrating. You know, always having to play shorthanded, never really having your full potential out there. But William Lee, great to see him back from injury. You know, he's such a vital part of this team and an exciting player to watch.
Ben Thomas, as you can see, is shaking his head there. He's not happy with this performance overall, despite the scoreline hand on head, because Manchester Giants now chance to bring this back to a 20-point gap. You know, the Phoenix have been up by as many as 30 points. Nicholas Lewis here on the line to actually win Manchester Giants the quarter.
Grumpy man Ben, come on, smile, bro. You just won a trophy.
I hear you, but no, listen. I completely agree with Ben Thomas's frustrations right now.
No, I completely agree as well. You know, iron sharpens iron. He wants his guys to be performing at a high level no matter who's in front of them, no matter what game it is. So,
and that is not it. Nicholas Lewis, he's going to pull up for three. And that's the end of the third quarter, 61-81, the quarter in favor of the Giants. Ben Thomas letting everybody know how he feels about that one. Well, 10 more minutes of action coming back up in the Northwest Derby. Join us straight after this break. Back in Manchester, 20-point lead for the Cheshire Phoenix against the Manchester Giants in the Northwest Derby. Lewis swatted away by Skylar White at the beginning of the quarter. Mike Tuck.
yeah, a positive third quarter there from the Manchester Giants. Nick Lewis here, swatted away from Skylar White. New haircut on Skylar White there. He's feeling he can get up in the air a little bit higher, feeling a little bit more aerodynamic. But a positive third quarter from the Manchester Giants. You know, even though it was level 23 points apiece, a little bit better offensive effort.
Lee for three, rebounded by Rideau. All moving forward here. Maceo Jack again for three. And this time he won't make it. A foul is called on the arm here. Will be called on Skylar White as he battled against Lee for that rebound. Ben Thomas is game ready to contest every call.
Yeah, he does not look happy. We referenced that earlier. He's a coach on a mission now. You know, he's got that taste of silverware, so he wants to make sure that he gives his team the best chance. And it starts with that first game back in the league action. He wants a big win here tonight.
Maceo Jack driving to the opposite side of the floor. 17 points personal.
Going coast to coast, Maceo Jack. What a season he's having. 18 points per game.
Referee blows his whistle again.
Evan Walsh having a
conversation with him. But it's the third personal foul call here on Skylar White. 2 in quick succession. There's the foul counts for you. 3 on Stevens, 3 on White, 2 on Kristen, 2 on Rideau. Lee to Harris, rebounded by White. Jack double teamed, can it be kept alive? And Goodwin does enough to deflect that one.
good hands there from Goodwin, good deflection, defensive energy from the young fella, getting some minutes here tonight and some experience in the British Basketball League.
Well, Matthew Goodwin of Manchester, played for the Manchester Magic Academy program, played National League also with the Manchester Magic program, produced so many incredible junior teams and talent over the years. Rideau chasing that one down. Great work from him.
Love that hustle from Rideau. Not afraid to get his hands dirty.
Kristen, some more points to his tally.
And you see that play from Rideau, you know, opens up that option that gives them that second chance opportunity. And Manchester not able to rotate, just a little bit slow in the rotations there.
Lewis.
And Kristen taking advantage.
Yeah, Lewis throws that off the foot of Kristen Holden. Had to get over the LED boards there.
Doing a little balancing act on the courtside LEDs.
Well, listen, in previous years, Mike, that wouldn't have been an LED. That could have been a pop-up banner, some piece of flimsy cardboard in the past, you know.
That's it, man.
They could have taken out an advertising sponsor. Oh, great hustle here again from the Phoenix. They're keeping this one alive. Skylar White. Cheshire Phoenix win back possession. Rideau calls the offense here. Behind the back. Out to Kristen. Another triple for him. Why not? Cam Kristen has got 22 points personal.
Beautiful play there from Kristen. The catch and shoot. Muscle memory kicking in.
And a foul called there. Hands on the head of Jack, as he wasn't quite sure if he caught Lewis, but I thought he might have caught him on the arm. We'll get a replay on that, I'm sure. 2 shots to come. Thomas discussing it with referee Kate Unsworth, and Stampley makes his way to the lineup.
A bit of an up and down fourth quarter here. Look, a couple careless plays on both ends, but you're seeing the hustle from the Cheshire Phoenix. They're diving on loose balls, trying to create more opportunities from here. Here's the last play here.
The
reaching call. Yeah, Mason Jack had a hand on his arm. I'll give him that one for sure.
7:28 remaining in the fourth. 89-62 lead for the Cheshire Phoenix on the road. Win here means that they would go 7-0 since the start of the trophy competition. As Nicholas Lewis makes that free throw count. So far in this game, he's got 16 points personal alongside 5 assists and 2 steals. Rideau, last resort, tries to kick it out there.
And Coach Ben Thomas not going to be happy with that one. Again, we talk about careless play down the stretch, closing out games. These are all key factors, and you've got to take care of the details, taking care of the ball, keeping possession.
Lewis finds Boursier driving the baseline. Evan Walsh in the corner, pump fake, fires it up eventually, rebounded by Skylar White. Walsh tries to sneak from behind just to pick his pocket there. Rideau kicks it out. Kristen again. Not this time. Skylar White tries to challenge Lee for the rebound, does exactly that. Bounces off. Skylar White, great facial expression if I've ever seen one. And they've gone for a held ball call because essentially the referee in that situation, if they're unsure of what the call will be, they'll always throw to the possession arrow, and it stays with the Cheshire Phoenix. Possession arrow was with Manchester at the beginning of the quarter, flops round, now with the Cheshire Phoenix, and now will change again. So next time it will be a Manchester Giants ball.
Frustration from Skylar White there. He thought the ref should have seen that one, but nice little pass off the back of the Giants defender from Rideau, not able to complete it here.
Great work from William Lee, and the holding foul will be called here on Holden. Calls it on the arm. He said he would have held him back there. Sideline now for the Giants.
Scrappy, disjointed fourth quarter here. Here's Cam Kristen here.
Nice hands.
William Lee, good job getting that ball out, and a little foul in the open court.
Lee. That will be a foul called on Skylar White. And that was a foul from White. He was just holding him back there as Walsh tried to turn the corner. Check this out, so the pump fake. And look, he's using his arm there, then the side of his body to just try and bump him out the way.
Yeah, a little too much contact there. I think great recognition from Evan Walsh. Got a bigger defender on you. He bit on the pump fake. Used that first step, that quick step to get by him, and Skylar White not beating him to the spot and riding him, but bumping it a little bump too hard, sends him to the line.
Fourth personal foul. It's Walsh. Goes 2 for 2 from the free throw line. He has 9 points in this game. Evan Walsh. Rideau, pass fake. Was looking for Jack, but didn't give it to him. Now he'll go for the three himself, Rideau. And Christian trying to follow it up, and then Holden somehow climbs over the defender, gets there, and a sneaky putback jump.
Wow, incredible play there from Holden. Finishing above the rim.
Lewis straight down to the bucket. Nice inside hand reverse there.
Incredible play from him. Nick Lewis having a great ability to make things look just so effortless.
Jack again, catch, shoot. Rattles in and out, rebound for Lee. Walsh, a three of his own here, little spell for Manchester.
Manchester making a little run here. Great play there from Evan Walsh. A trip to the line before, finding rhythm from behind the arc. Manchester 5 minutes left to make their stamp on the game.
Rideau. Inside to Wright. A bit static the offense here from the Phoenix. Rideau had plenty of chance to shoot there. Instead, it looked like it was going to be a turnover, but the foul eventually called, and Rideau just goes straight to the free throw line for some reason.
Rideau and Lee in a Mexican
back to the action here in Manchester, where Cheshire are well in control, but the Manchester Giants are putting up a strong battle here in the fourth and final quarter. 21-point lead for Cheshire. Here's Rideau. Maceo Jack pulling up mid-range, and that's a tough shot to make. Does it with ease.
Yeah, I mean, good defensive effort there from Goodwin, but Maceo Jack making it look easy, shooting over the outstretched hands. Nice little mid-range shot from him.
Interception there from Holden. Can he keep it in place? Stevens can. Walsh collected in his own half now. Kick to the corner. Goodwin off the drive. Back out to Lewis. Pump fake. Pull up. Lewis can't go with that. And a foul is called off the ball. And that will be called on Holden for a hold. And that is team foul trouble for the Cheshire Phoenix.
Yep, sending Manchester into the bonus here. Sending William Lee to the line. William Lee having a solid performance tonight. 12 points and 9 rebounds.
William Lee from Plantersville, Alabama. That's why I call him the Alabama Jammer. Went to University of Alabama at Birmingham. Birmingham.
UAB.
Yeah.
Was teammates with Dirk Williams.
That's crazy.
Yeah. What an athletic team that would have been.
Played some summer league action with the Memphis Grizzlies, but there is Holden. Clean-up duty.
Cam Holden. Put back dunk. Thank you very much. And a huge block there from Maceo Jack. Cheshire Phoenix starting to come alive here a little bit down the stretch. Big shot from Aaron Rye. A relatively quiet night from Aaron Rye, but you can't leave him that open.
Well, he's got 12 points, 6 rebounds and 3 assists. He's got a lot of minutes he's played, but you're right, relatively quiet for him in terms of pouring in the points. He's not shot well today. Here's Walsh. Foul is called for Walsh. The bucket is good, and one play for him. Evan Walsh. Not screaming with excitement in his face, but he'll be happy with that.
Hey, I love it. I think Evan Walsh, one of the great young British talents in this league right now, and when he gets in that open court, full head of steam, he's pretty aggressive going to the hoop and able to finish plays like this, unstoppable, unbeatable.
Wow, Hudson and Greg Wild and Olfa into the game.
Huge play there from Cam Gooden. That putback, unreal.
Here is Jack. Stevens, and that was a terrible decision from Stevens there. Trying to find Greg Wild. Walsh. Goodwin. Nice work off the dribble. Matthew Goodwin lays it in for 2.
Go on, young fella. Great take to the rim there. Big points for him. The young fella out of the Manchester Magic.
And here's Hudson now. Inside to Stevens. Blows. Inside. Right-handed floater. Evan Walsh again. His own rebound. Decides just to go up. You know, I can see the ref there. Let me pump fake. Let me just throw up and see what happens. 18-year-old Matthew Goodwin to the rack. We see you, young fella.
Making it look pretty.
Those are his first points this season in the British Basketball League. Evan Walsh is on the line.
Evan Walsh, you know, rewarded to the line there after a very determined play. And another one where he gets in that open court, gets a whole full head of steam. He is tough to guard.
Well, he's got 17 points, Walsh. And It's tipped away by Lee out of bounds. Cheshire Phoenix ball. Well, one thing I have to ask you now, Mike, is we've got to start thinking about our player of the game. And everybody watching in the YouTube chat, let us know your thoughts of the player of the game. But before we do that, let's take a look at the All-Star Game selection. Now, listen, if you haven't voted yet and you need some advice, I would say check the statistics, get your facts right, and make an informed decision. Of course, you can vote with your heart. That's fine for everybody, but we want to see the best players there. So if somebody stands out for you, make sure you're signed up on the British Basketball League website, britishbasketballleague.com. And there's the QR code now. Scan that with your device, and you should be able to select now. March 17th, the Copper Box Arena. I'll be there, and hopefully you will join me for what hope to be an epic contest with some of the best talent in the country.
I'm excited.
I know you're excited,
I can't wait.
Okay, Mike. Very, very quick then, Mike.
My first year in the league, we had an all-star game before the playoff finals.
Will you win it?
I was not in it that year, but
they didn't know what it was doing.
It was my first year in the league. I was still setting the tone, you know what I mean? But it's good to see the all-star game back, and it's great to see the fans involved.
Very quickly then, top 3 all-star picks for you.
Top 3 from north or south?
Anywhere, just the top 3.
Okay, well, I got to give a shout out to my boy Jalen Pipkins. We got to see him in there. You know, the Sharks, most explosive guy in the league. Another shout out to my boy Aaron Rye, fellow Canadian, has had a huge performances throughout the season here. And my who's my last one gonna go to? Yeah, we got to go Teddy Buckets. Teddy Allen.
Teddy Buckets.
Making his stamp on the league. Coming in hot mid-season. Exciting player to watch.
Stevens knocks down the free throw on the line right now.
Stevens, great start to the night from him in the first quarter and consistent throughout the game here. 17 points personal.
Here come the Giants in the form of Lewis. 2 feet, jump, block and foul call. He'll go to the free throw line. The Cheshire Phoenix have hit the 100-point mark. I mean, throughout this game, if they had maintained the pace that had played in that first quarter, they could have been looking at a heavy scoring total today. I mean, 100 points is heavy scoring nonetheless.
Yeah, I mean, big. You know, 6 guys in double figures. You know, some big performances out of Kristen and Maceo Jack, but also E.J. Stevens right there in the mix. Cam Holden coming up with some big plays.
Well, don't forget, lots of action tomorrow, 3 o'clock. Gladiators versus Flyers. 4:30 p.m. the London Lions versus the Plymouth City Patriots. And at 6 o'clock, the Cheshire Phoenix are back in action against the Newcastle Eagles. Can they continue to stay perfect after that trophy campaign? And the Manchester Giants fans, they've still enjoyed themselves tonight. Their team got a beat down, to be polite about it, but they're still there enjoying themselves. That's what it's about, inspiring the future. The Cheshire Phoenix fans, a couple of T-shirts there. I hope they watched them. I'm sure they have.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's always going to be a tough one. You're playing the team that just won the trophy, and you're shorthanded, but I think it's good derby game for everybody to get involved. Nice to see some Cheshire fans in the crowd, and good to see a packed arena here up in Manchester.
Foul called to number 5, Greg Wild. Manchester Giants, they're still playing to the end here. That double team action defensively at the half court really making it difficult for Maceo Jack and Greg Wild. Beating the drums.
See the Cheshire fans there giving it the business.
And Lewis will go back to the line. Lewis has got 20 points in the game.
Big performance from Nick tonight. 20 points.
21.
21. 1 rebound, 6
22
assists.
if we're listening to the graphic here.
4 steals on there as well. Good all-around effort.
One minute 37 remaining in this game. Sideline possession for the Cheshire Phoenix. EJ Stevens ready to inbound. Don't forget, don't miss a game here in the British Basketball League YouTube channel. Unbeatable action all season long. Get behind your team. Here's Hudson inside. Oh! He had the dunk. That didn't count earlier, but the dunk will count now.
Oh, getting it up, baby. Getting it up. I love to see it above the rim action, throwing it down.
Here's Goodwin. Nice pass to Lee. William Lee inside. Little baby jump for him.
William Lee been steady all night.
Maceo Jack and the Cheshire fans actually chanting they want Dan Rudd to come into the game. Another young junior player stepping onto the floor. Why not?
Why not?
Why not?
Got to give these guys some experience. And here we see the roll from Alf. Big play from him. Hudson to Alf. 2 guys that kind of came up through the youth system and making their mark in the league.
There is Dan Rudd. Sitting on the base. Also to stay the sidelines right there. Hudson makes the free throw. Doesn't look like Dan Rudd is going to get any burn tonight. Here's Walsh for 3. Evan Walsh. Another triple for him. That's 2 for 4 from downtown. 20 points personal for him as well. Right, Mike? It's that time, mate. We've got to really start winding down the players for your player of the game. Greg Wild here looking to lose possession under pressure from Evan Walsh. It's still alive. Maceo Jack inside to Hudson. Hudson pull up for 2. David Ulf fighting for it. Wild tips it away. Stampley forward to Walsh. Lewis, step back, deep 3. Oh, that's Nicholas Lewis all over. He's in his bag. 25 points, 6 assists, 4 steals. Nick Lewis.
Big 3, and that's a perfect example of what Nicholas can do from you to you from range as well.
There's Brian Simonian not too happy. David Ulf is going to go to the free throw line. Giants fans starting to make their way out of the arena. Hopefully they'll be back soon. Ulf misses the first free throw. Well, let's get this confirmation then, brother Mike. Talk to me. Your player of the game.
Player of the game for me is a guy who came off the bench tonight. Cam Kristen, 22 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 steals. And he was a guy who was bringing the energy tonight, hitting the offensive boards, creating for his teammates, bringing the energy. He's the guy who's been doing that the whole month of January and bringing it into this second half of the season. So congrats to Cam.
Well, Nicholas Lewis, he will finish off the game with 27 points personal, but it does not matter because the Cheshire Phoenix take the win eventually by 10. I don't know how that was the case. They were up by 30, but that game, real stop-start finish, real slow pace to it all. But the trophy champions march into the championship with a victory, as they will go into action tomorrow against the Newcastle Eagles at home, and I'm sure they'll be reenacting their British Basketball League trophy lift right there and then. A wonderful performance for them against a Manchester Giants team who were lessened in numbers. And of course, Leisure Robertin fouled out. Mike, your final thoughts on that game?
I mean, a great stamp on the game from the Cheshire Phoenix. You know, could have easily take this game off after, you know, a big win in the trophy final and let all those emotions and excitement get to them. But I think they're a team that's on a mission right now, and they're trying to carry over that trophy win into the second half of the season. For the Manchester Giants, a tough one. You know, foul trouble, being short-handed, second game of the weekend, a lot of factors working against them. So you got to take your hats off to the Cheshire Phoenix tonight. But solid game overall. And Cam Kristen, wow, what a performance.
Well, let's take a look at the full-time stats for you. for your viewing pleasure. 47-30, the rebound battle, Mike.
Yeah, I think that's where the Phoenix put their stamp on the game, you know, creating fast break opportunities, but also second chance opportunities on the offensive end. And I think one stat that Coach Ben Thomas will not be happy about is those 17 turnovers right there. You know, kind of getting a little bit chippy, a little bit careless with the basketball, especially in that second half, but still managed to pull out a 10-point win, even though they had leads of 20, 25, almost 30 points.
Well, let's take a look at the fixtures and results over the weekend. Manchester started the weekend with a loss against the Patriots. Scorchers with a victory against the Sharks. Newcastle Eagles falling at home against the Lions. Then Scorchers, they lost at home against the Riders earlier on today. Manchester Giants fell again against the Cheshire Phoenix. 3-1 the record against them in the league now. And 3 more games in the championship tomorrow. 3 o'clock, 4:30, 6 o'clock, Caledonia Bristol, Lions Patriots, and Cheshire Phoenix Newcastle Eagles. There's the standings for you. Cheshire Phoenix holding on tight to that 3rd place spot. The Bristol Flyers could potentially overtake them if they beat the Caledonia Gladiators tomorrow. Manchester Giants in 9th position. Well, thank you very much for joining us all day here at the British Basketball League YouTube channel. Myself, Tahir Hajat, and Mike Tuck. Mike, what game are you looking forward to tomorrow, my friend?
I think there's some tasty matchups. That Caledonia-Bristol game looks good, but
yeah.
I want to see what the Cheshire Phoenix are going to do up against Newcastle. I think it'll be interesting to see how they handle a back-to-back both road games.
Not London, Plymouth, no? Mike. Well, look, it will be a tough task of Plymouth, but don't forget they beat them earlier on in this season.
They did,
and of course, Lions have got European action coming up next week as well. They've got to look at rotation in their roster.
Exactly, but that's the luxury the Lions have. They've got depth. They've got multiple lineups. But hey, you saw what happened in Plymouth. Plymouth are a team that can kind of surprise you in any given moment. So, and they've got guys like Wiley who play above the rim, so it could be some exciting action.
Well, it'll definitely be exciting if you join us on the British Basketball League YouTube channel. My name's Tahir Hajat, alongside Mike Tuck. We'll see you next time.